Confronted Nathan's mom for changing the first come, first serve rule for bedrooms last minute to favor my boyfriend's sister-in-law. I-24F and my boyfriend Nathan. 26M have been together for 6 years. This year, we traveled to his parents' house for Thanksgiving. For context, Nathan is one of 4 brothers. Alex single, Jack married to Jill, Nathan me, and Luke married to Millie, with a nearly 2-year-old. Everyone lives out of state except Luke and Millie. Nathan and I have the longest drive at 9 hours. Here's the issue. Nathan's parents, Mary and John, have only 2 guest bedrooms. 3 couples tend to visit at a time, meaning everyone has to sleep on an air mattress in between the rooms. The first year I visited, I was told they'd rotate. Who gets the air mattress to keep it fair? But after 3 years on it, we were told it was now first come, first serve. Nathan's job doesn't allow much holiday time, so we're almost always last to arrive and stuck on the air mattress. While annoying, we understood. It seemed logical. This year was different. Nathan and I got Monday through Thursday off and would arrive first. I talk to Mary about how we were to finally get a bedroom, and she laughed, saying, "Yep, first come, first serve." Millie, who I've grown close to, knew we were thrilled about the prospect of getting a bed this year. She even decided to come early too so we could hang out, and we planned I'd take the twin room and she'd take the queen. Here's where it gets frustrating. The day we left, I texted Mary our ETA. A few hours later, Millie texted me saying Luke had spoken with Mary, who mentioned Jack and Jill would get the queen room and Luke and Millie the twin room, leaving Nathan and me on the air mattress again. Luke called Mary out, reminding her of the first come, first serve rule, but she suddenly claimed she never said that and justified her decision because Jack and Jill would be staying an extra day. For context, Jack and Jill were arriving a day later than us, so this reasoning felt like an excuse. When we arrived, Nathan brought up the rule again, but Mary got defensive, claiming she didn't remember ever saying it, and refused to budge. I said several sarcastic comments as I felt this was really unfair. I pointed out rules are rules, until they didn't serve Jill, and that we always do it a certain way. Until that means Jill has to take the air mattress, and she could come up with any justification, but that doesn't make it fair. I even pointed out it's silly for us to now have to board out dogs and drive 8 hours before anyone else got here just to change the rules now. She had plenty of time to bring this up with our many conversations leading up to this. She became increasingly sassy about the situation, leaving us feeling defeated and, frankly, a little targeted. Ida for speaking up over thinking Mary unfairly changed the rules to suit Jack and Jill, and that we're always stuck with the short end of the stick. Update 1, I feel like I may have let y'all down on this one based on the advice, but here's how things went. Later Monday night, Nathan spoke to his mom, and we did get the bed for the one night before Jack and Jill arrived. Initially, it was only offered for us to move the air mattress into the queen bedroom for the night, but Nathan pointed out that we were being made to sleep on an air mattress when a bed was readily available. The next morning, Nathan had to run errands where we used to lie. But before we moved, while he was gone, I washed the sheets and remade the bed, even though Luke and Millie told me I didn't have to wash them. Just remake the bed. While everyone in the family is very clean, Mary always insists on washing the sheets between visitors, so I did it out of respect for her preferences. Millie and Luke even offered for us to take their bed. But honestly, it wasn't just about the bed. It was about the promises that were made and then retracted despite these rules being in place for years. It was also about the gaslighting and the fact that Mary didn't tell us ahead of time, even though there were so many chances to do so. As close friends to Luke and Millie, I didn't want to put them in the position of being uncomfortable on the air mattress either. While I've never had a child myself, I know your body isn't the same afterward, especially your back. We ultimately agreed to move the air mattress into Luke and Millie's room since they had a heater, and it gave us a little bit of privacy. We tried to make the most of the holidays and enjoy our time there despite everything. Later, Mary mentioned plans to get 2 pull-out couches, one for the area between the rooms and one for the twin bedroom. While this was thoughtful, it still didn't address the issue of changing the rules to suit others. Mary has already stated that we'll have a bedroom for Christmas, but if this promise is broken again, we won't stay at their house in the future. Nathan and I have decided that if we don't get a bed for Christmas, we'll stay in a hotel. We're still planning to go because it's Luke and Millie's son's birthday for Thanksgiving next year. If there isn't enough room, we're staying home. However, Nathan and I are currently planning on getting a house, and Luke and Millie suggested that once we do, we could host Thanksgiving there. They said they'd love to attend, which is exciting because Millie and I are both avid bakers and love cooking. Whenever Millie and I bring dishes to these gatherings, they're barely touched, except by us and our partners. We're also planning to visit Luke and Millie more often. They are considering moving closer to the parents, and when they host holidays in the future, we'll always have a guaranteed space at their home. To address popular questions for info on the last post, Alex. He doesn't come for Thanksgiving. He only saves his days off for Christmas. Also, he has rarely gotten put on an air mattress, only once that I remember. And that was Luke and Millie's wedding. When all four bros used to come for holidays, it was Alex in the twin editor's note. Twin bedroom, Luke pre-marriage or girlfriend on the air mattress in that room. Nathan and I in between rooms, and Jack and Jill in the queen. Hotel. This house is in the middle of nowhere. Closest decent hotel is around 45 to 1 hour. The main draw of visiting is everyone except parents stay up late all evening, playing board games / D&D and drinking. We used to do a gingerbread making contest. As for the distance to a hotel, that would mean missing out on hanging out, and there are no Ubers here. Also, before we moved this year, we didn't stay as many days and didn't mind staying on the air mattress, 1 to 2 to 3 days, due to what seemed fair to us. We also were the second closest CPL and just didn't get as much time off, which always made us last. Also, we didn't get a hotel this time, after the incident. Due to saving up for a house wedding, we didn't have spare cash floating around. Honestly, y'all know this economy and unexpected expenses. Millie and Luke. The live within the state, barely. It's not feasible for them to stay home or us stay with them. Also, staying with Millie's parents isn't an option. They don't get along and interact due to their child, as Millie believes her child deserves a relationship with his grandma, even if she doesn't have a great relationship with her mom. Also, there is no room. Mary. This was completely out of character for Ma. In fact, the only person everyone in the house has an issue with is John. Mary is the one who wants all of their sons home for the holidays and goes out of her way to make sure we'll all attend. Usually, Luke does believe the change was due to his dad and their mom was made the messenger, because the mom is usually a big person on fairness, and mostly have had no issues other than ones John push her into. This was also backed up by John's reaction to hearing we stayed in the room for one night. Before this interaction, Mary is one of 4 people that I've stated I'd take a bullet for, due to her normal kindness. Jack and Jill, most in the house has had an issue with them. Previous holidays. They have thrown a fit due to us voting on where to eat, and none of us wanted to go where they chose, so they refused to eat with us. Jill is the main issue of this, and similar things happen every time. This year, Millie asked if we could play the board game in their room one night, as she was on the phone with her sister playing an online game. And we didn't have much room due to the air mattress. Jill stated she wasn't willing to, and either it was in our room or they weren't playing. They are also the reason we have to board the dogs. Their dog is aggressive, and with a small child it's not safe. However, if they aren't attending, we are allowed to bring our dogs. Chronic illness? Pregnancy? For all the comments about pregnancy, Jill is not pregnant. About health reason, Millie has some chronic illness. They are still trying to figure out. Jill used to be on the overweight side, but has lost a significant amount in 3 years. I have insomnia. Both Millie and I have bipolar disorder and endometriosis. This is inconvenient due to my period usually hitting during the holidays.